So let's continue. This is the part 2 of the Security Precaution Agency by Gavin Ross and Gutierrez. So we're done with the fence here. So let's proceed to the multiple door lock. Multi-door door lock. We have recently surveyed that the area have an multiple door lock, entrance and exit, which is confirmed. That is also a security standard. System communication. When we say system communication, it is a cell phone or any communication that can use to operate or to call unauthorized personnel to provide emergencies actions. So that is a system communication. Guardhouse, it is also part of the system communication. In any residentials, they have actually a guardhouse. So that is confirmed in the area location that we have surveyed in from the house of the owner. So let's proceed. So here is the area, the perimeter barrier in the surveyed house. There are concrete walls, but it is aberrant, which is not the standard of the wall or fence for perimeter barrier, because it does not fulfill the 7 feet standard. Even the 5 feet cannot reach the 5 feet. So that is the perimeter barrier in the house. Okay. Door and multiple lock. So 1, 2, 3. That is the multiple lock. This lock is automated lock. When you close this automated lock. So that is the automated. This is the manual lock. This is the manual lock also in the exit. So entrance door and exit, which is there is also an exit gate in the left view. So that is the area location that we have surveyed. So I think they almost got the standard for perimeter. Security standard. So the animal barrier. So they have also animal barrier. Animal barrier consists of animal that is used as guard system. So in theory, you may use many types of animals, but we have limited the use to a dog. Commonly, when we say animal barrier, it is a dog, almost exclusively a German Shepherd. So animal barriers is not just for German Shepherd, but we can also use Ascal or any Aspin for security safety. We can recommend that as a security safety. So let's proceed. System communication and guardhouse. So we confirm that the area location have a system communication. So it is also help us to deter, and we can keep in touch with the authority for our safety. So the system, when we say system communication, it is the reliable form of communication you can turn to during an emergency. So that is the use of system communication. So the latest wide area technology allows two-way radios to reach as far as 300 miles. So I think this is referred to the two-way radios, which is the walkie-talkie that is used for the guard. You won't have to worry about the radio lines tying up, as cell phones lines tend to during an emergency. So we can also use the cell phones and telephones for emergency. So the guardhouse. So when we say system communication, we have also the contact for the guardhouse. So a guardhouse, when we say guardhouse, it is also known as a watch house, guard building, guard booth, guard shack, security booth, security building, or sentry building. Is a building used to house personnel and security equipment. So it is also useful to deter any criminals, uh, to deter any desirable criminal behavior. So the recommendation, so we also recommend any security measure. So the guardhouse, I mean the guard dog and fences is applicable for security measures, but the standard measure of fence did not follow. So in the survey, the standard measure does not fulfill. So the security measure did not fulfill in the survey in any crime in any time may occur. Multiple security system must apply, including the alarm, emergency, lighting, sensors, fire alarm, fire sprinkler fire sprinkler for business and any infrastructure, big buildings, fire detection, standard fence of 7 feet, which is need to apply in the house. So that is recommendation of the Security Precaution Agency. And any prevention of emergency instances, especially in the business. So we are not recommending only in the house and residential, but also in any infrastructure. So that is why we are flexible in recommending any security precaution. So let's proceed. Personal identification and movement control. So the situation confirmed that the survey personal identification and movement control depend on the animal barrier and guardhouse. So the area location and the owner of the house are depending on the guardhouse and animal barrier. So we cannot also only depend on that two physical barrier. So the security precaution recommending, so in order to identify personnel and movement, the recommendation of this agency will give you the idea to strengthen your security measures. These basic recommendations are as follow. So I think that this is not the generics, but it is accurate to prevent crime, to sense any criminal behavior. So these are the recommendation. Closed circuit television, which is the CCTV, night vision CCTV, motion sensors, lights, indoor or outdoor, camera doorbell. Well, it is very expensive to apply that, but it is accurate. So let's proceed next. Protective lighting. So protective lightning situation. The surveyor checked the area location and it is confirmed that the area is lack of protective lightings. Confirmed lightings only is the indoor. So we confirm that the area have an only indoor lighting. So the recommendation of the Security Precaution Agency is to use the protective lighting. Using protective lighting is a practical, cost-effective way to add a layer of security to your overall security strategy. Protective lighting delivers increased visibility for risk scenarios as well as the optimal visibility for security functions like video, surveillance, and guard duties. Suggested lighting are as follows. So the standby lightings, continuous lighting, emergency lighting, control lighting, surface method lighting, area lighting, motion sensor lighting, which is we can have indoor or outdoor. So that is the recommendation of the Security Precaution Agency. Number 5, alarm and communication system. So in the situation, the area location confirm that only the communication for security guard is the communication system, which is the telephone. They are lacking any case, which is also lacked in any case of fast-paced instances. So that can the telephone is the any way to communicate with the authority. When we say fast-paced, it is the quick instances, especially in any suspicious acts. So the Security Precaution Agency recommend installation and equipment for security system for home. The alarm communication and display system, which is the AC and D, transmit electronic signals from intrusions, detection, sensors, entry control devices, and video cameras and associated systems to a central alarm station and display the information to a security operator for action. Alarms and communication system recommended are as follow: the telephone, intruder alarm system, security guard closed circuit television, which is the CCTV, motion sensors, indoor or outdoor, camera doorbell. So that is the recommendation of our Security Precaution Agency. So 6, restricted areas. So in this situation, the home needs a privacy. Of course, it needs. So home is a safe place for a family. In other words, the family will always welcome to their home, and without the authority to enter, an unwelcome person is not allowed to enter. So, therefore, you are restricted to that area, especially in the business. The residential is the area location that is prone to any types of crime, emergency, fire, and disorder. So, the prone for any crimes and emergency or fire is the residential or housing. So, the recommendation of Security Precaution Agency is to widen the knowledge of every people in order to follow the standards of security. We as a security expert, we expanded the knowledge by bringing our ideas and thoughts to apply the basic needs to prevent and deter any cases of emergency and criminality. So that is the recommendation of the Security Precautions Agency. So let's proceed next. Utilities. So situation, our basic building service and our home. The utilities are as follow: electricity, water, sewer, medical, which is the first aid, system, communications, computers. So they are lack of transportation. So the Security Precaution Agency recommended the transportation for any case emergency situation. The transportation can be a car, motorcycle, and any vehicles that can be transported in emergency facilities or station. So that is the recommendation of the Security Precaution Agency. So let's proceed next. 8, the emergency plans. Okay. This is the initiative plans when the authorities not yet come to your area of responsibility. So A, situations. The Security Precaution Agency confirmed that the area location that there are no vehicle used for any emergency and alarm situation. So the Security Precaution Agency recommend the transportation, which is always recommended for any instances of emergencies. So also the first aid and system communication. That is why there is a telephone here. That is the system communication and a car for transportation. So it is not the literal transport